YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back in Total War Arena, and there actually wasn't a ton of people online, just probably because when I play these in the evening US Central Time, a lot of the players who are on this alpha and arena are in Europe, though I think that'll slowly start to change, and I think they're supposed to add US servers soon, at least what we're all hearing, I think. So I'm a little bit scared. I don't play nearly enough arena to rank my men up quickly, and look at this new map. That overview is kind of cool, like that more animated look. I like that. I'm just gonna run out here. Fortunately, it looks like all the players for the most part are in my tier. There's a tier 4 guy here. Let's hope there's not tier 4 on the other team. And the reason I say that is because I've just brought some hoplites, and they're not particularly strong. And if I ended up in like a really bad mismatch, I would get absolutely flattened by the higher level swords that would be present. Yeah, that's my only complaint about arena really right now. Well, it's not a full game, so that's, I mean, I guess I could potentially have more complaints, but right now I don't. I actually find it to be quite fun. My biggest complaint is it takes way too long to level up, and my desire to level up is very limited. And you may be like, what do you mean, Air? You don't want to level up and get the awesome troops? And the answer is really no, I don't. If the matchmaking continues to put me against people at my own level, I feel no desire to quickly level up. And the reasoning for that is why? I mean, if I level up, everybody else just levels up too, right? They end up with the same strong troops that I have, which means that it's really no different than playing at the lower level, other than you maybe get that little bit of satisfaction from saying I unlocked some super unit. So for me, it's really not a big time reason to feel like I want to play the game every day. Now that doesn't mean that it isn't fun or I'm not enjoying it, but for a game, for me to want to play a game every day consistently, it's got to have something that brings me back every day. And this game has something that brings me back. It's fast, fun multiplayer. But the reward for winning the battles for me right now, and again, this is just me, it doesn't have to be this way with you, it's just not there. I feel pretty happy basically just staying on the levels where I'm at and slowly working my way to where I need to be. I'm just, like I said, I'm just really not in a big hurry. And I've seen a lot of people level way up. Like I know Prussian Prince is leveled quite a ways up, so if you want to see some of the higher tier units, I mean, you can always check out his channel. What are we getting hit by over here? That's not going to go so well for that player. So I'm feeling pretty good about our position over here.
For glory!
See some archers and stuff back here too. We're going to have to be careful. I'm going to try and move up and get some higher ground. Our team has the high ground up here, but I don't want to just let someone waltz through our center because these bows really can't hold anybody. Do we have a CPU player back here, or is someone actually being a good team player? Someone's being a good team player, just defending the base. Good for them. There's not much reward for guarding the base either, so that's why I say good for them. I wish there was a little bit more incentive for players to garrison the base, but there is not. Looks like this player is really wanting to get his hoplites into a fight here versus the other tier 1 hoplites. I'm starting to see a lot of enemies down here. Looks like they've actually kind of blobbed up. Ooh, I wish I could get to the back of that fight quickly enough, and I possibly could. Okay, I'm going to pull back from all those archers. There's a lot of archers here. They won't hurt my hoplites very bad very quickly, but over time they could. And there's some other tier 3 hoplites nearby, so I hate just turning around and I don't. Well, I do have raised shields, but there is unlimited ammo for the archers. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna turn around and, well, I can't really give these guys the business, but I'll try. There's a lot of units here. Let's just remember where my stuff's at. So infantry charge is right here. Getting real peppered by archers, but their damage is somewhat inconsequential thus far.
am the servant of Greece. Kill them all!
I have to wait until they get nice and close.
Many infantry at your command. Orders understood. Understood.
Let me get some piercing blows going on here. I'm being shot in the back by my own archers. It's really not good. I'm gonna see if I can chat here. Alright, wheat, stop shooting my back, please. Yeah, it's not good. He's killing my men there in the center, like bad. We did route a unit over here, but it looks like it came back from routing right away pretty much. It looks like he may have got my message and actually stopped. I'm not doing here good because I'm pretty outnumbered. I'm going to try and wrap up the flank of these guys just a little bit. In fact, no, actually I'm going to back up here. I'm going to kind of pull back away from here a little bit so I can try and get a charge on a different position. My charge didn't really work there, unfortunately. I wonder if I'm getting any points. Nothing special. I think he just like pulled through me here. It just kind of sucks. I'm going to get outflanked. Pull through is actually pretty bad in Total War Arena right now. I feel like, at least. I feel like it's super easy to just pull through. And I'm pretty sure that's what he just did to me. I'll see if I can do the same thing just out of curiosity. Yeah. See how I can just pull right through his unit.
For glory! For honor and great glory!
I mean, you can just pull right through units with very little penalty.
Life is ours.
So yeah, watch, he'll probably do it again. Yeah, see, he's just going to do it again. So yeah, pull through is a bit of a problem that needs to be fixed. I don't know that I've seen it ruin a game. I just don't really like the way it works. This guy's routed here for some reason. That's going to help me get a few more points. I actually ended up getting a pretty decent number of points considering I've got 3 hoplites here. Let's try and get our guys out of here and actually line up for a proper charge. I don't know how or why his guys routed there, but they did. Our team is winning by the numbers. And we've still got base defense, so I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I did just blob right into combat here, so it's not like I did anything super effective, but these hoplites were pretty decent compared to the competition that they had right here. So they've been somewhat effective. I'm going to try and get a rear charge here. They've already routed, so I'm not going to waste my infantry charge. I'd like to get that artillery. Let's pull out of this fight and see if we can get around, maybe drop our shields and see if we can chase down that artillery. Dropping the shields, though, we'll have to be careful because if there's a lot of enemy archers left, that could be a dangerous move. I do want to get a piece of this artillery over here, but I probably won't get there in time. There's still a level 3 hoplite here with greater numbers than my own, so I'm going to have to be careful of that. Probably like to let the archers get a little bit of piece of them. If the archers will soften them up a little, I might actually be able to win that fight. They're dropping wooden stakes here, which... yeah, I'm going to have to pull back. I don't want to get into it with that full unit. Alright. Wow, that's like the first time I've actually... That's like the first time I've ever seen them say the right thing on the battle, and usually they're like, they say, oh, we've lost even when you win, and then when you win, or whenever you lose, they say you win. It's kind of a weird opposite day thing, I guess. The matchmaking, like I said, it's a little slow where I'm at, but the matchmaking does continue to be pretty well balanced, at least for me. Maybe that means there's just a lot of players that are in the lower tier. I don't know if matchmaking is more consistent at the higher tiers. And plus, it's kind of hard to put any judgment on matchmaking in an alpha, especially one that has been somewhat limited as far as they haven't... I don't think they've just fully opened it, unless it just recently changed to an open alpha. And even if it did, it's still an alpha and not everybody's running it. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I've been pretty happy with the way that the matchmaking has gone, considering it's still in an alpha phase, and it gives me high hopes that matchmaking will work properly upon arrival of the full game. So pretty happy about that. And it's not going to give me my battle report saying Commander's still in battle here, even though the battle's over. Trying to give it just a minute so we can see the results screen. I should get some gold for that and a little bit of extra XP because it was my first victory of the day for Miltiades. Honestly, that's my first game I've played in probably more than a week. Like I said, I like Total War Arena. I'm not trying to run it down. And this was a game that, to be honest, I was extremely skeptical of, and I'm still pretty skeptical of it because I've yet to see it in its final form. But just kind of a couple of quick thoughts while we're waiting to see if this battle screen comes up. This game, number one, had zero expectation from me because I don't like free-to-play games. And it was free-to-play. The Creative Assembly, I love the games that they've put out recently, like Attila and Rome 2 and all that stuff, but their launches have been a little bit rough. And so basically I had very low expectations for this game, and that's going to sound mean. I'm just being honest. I don't really mean it in a mean way. I want the Creative Assembly to succeed. So it's exceeded my expectation, but again, my expectation was at 0. Now, that said, the game isn't at like 1.5 or something. It's better than that. It's fun. If you have an opportunity to get in the alpha, you should definitely take it. It's enjoyable. Plus, you know, hey, I guess that's like the one plus side of a free-to-play game, is that you don't lose any money giving it a shot. But like I said, that's the only plus side, and everything else for me is a negative. But the game, to me, for free-to-play, it looks pretty nice. Like I said, it's just fast, fun multiplayer. You can't hardly argue with that. The maps, so there's a few things that make this game fun for me, as opposed to, meh, I don't really see myself coming back to it. The maps are really good. Really good. Now, there is some bugs in it because it's an alpha, but the design of the maps in general is very good. They're fun. They're made for multiplayer. They're made to have strategic points. And they play good for certain types of strategies or units. Very good. I like it. The maps are excellent. I wish that we would have seen this kind of love for maps in Rome 2 and Attila, because we just didn't. The maps in Shogun 2, I think we did see some of this love, but we just did not see it for Rome 2 and Attila multiplayer. Now, the nice thing is, of course, in those games, they give us access to picking maps anywhere on the campaign map, which is cool, but again, we just didn't see a lot of great design in those games. So that's a very big plus for Total War Arena. It's something that Total War multiplayer has lacked since Shogun 2, and it's excellent to see it here, so very good. The other thing that's fun for me on this, and let's just take a look, we got the daily commander bonus and plus 15% or 15 to the unit XP, which is not going to do a whole lot for me, but hey, whatever. So the other things that are fun, there's a lot of units. There's a lot of stuff to unlock. And the way that you unlock stuff, and again, for me, this is not something that makes me just dying to play it every day, though I do think it has that appeal to some players. Maybe not for all of us, but the nice thing is that when this game was first talked about, it seemed like all of the competitive Total War community was like super excited about it, because they all seemed to think it was going to be like this esports, super competitive. I actually don't see this game in that respect, at least not in its current form in this alpha. And the reason I say that is because the only way you could ever play a tournament on it is if you made everybody the same level, because otherwise it's going to be completely unfair if people play against each other at different levels. So if you make everybody the same level, I don't really see this game being that... I mean, it could be played on a competitive level, but it would have to be like a special event, if that makes sense. Whereas if I'm just playing this on a day-to-day basis, and the matchmaking is going to put me against other people of roughly the same rank, and we're all randoms, basically, without having a whole team of 10 coordinating, This is very casual multiplayer, and that makes me very happy. I really like casual multiplayer. I don't mind competitive multiplayer, but I really like casual multiplayer too. And the reason I say that is there's so many units. There's a crap load of units for you to unlock. And to unlock them takes quite a bit of time. And if I want to unlock hoplites, oh, here I go. I'm unlocking hoplites. Well, then I can go to pikes, or I could start unlocking cavalry, or more hoplites and more pikes. And so there's like kind of 3 branch offs that you get here, plus the little units that are gold only units. So if I want to unlock these, it requires me to come back and play more. Again, it doesn't make me want to come back and spend hours on here every day. That's me. Maybe it does make you want to do that. But I'm just saying that it's got some replayability. Otherwise, if you're just going to have casual multiplayer, it either has to be just super engaging, or it's got to have some reason to bring you back. And in this case, I think they're trying to bring you back for the upgrading of units. But for me, again, part of the reason why the upgrading of units isn't super exciting to me is if I have hoplites and I'm fighting other hoplites, they're all the same. It's not really a big deal. If I get thorax hoplites, great. Well, the other people are going to have thorax hoplites if I get matched in the same level. Or the Roman swords are going to get stronger. So it's not like, oh, if I get thorax hoplites, I could finally beat some of those pesky Roman swords. Nah, because then the Roman swords will be stronger too. So again, not the biggest draw for me, but it certainly doesn't make me dislike the game or not want to play it. In fact, like I just said, I kind of like it because it's casual. I don't have to play it every day to feel relevant. And in Shogun 2, I did not have to play that game every day to feel relevant, but you had to play it a lot. You needed clan tokens because getting the clan tokens made a big difference in how good your veterans were, which played a big role in whether or not you were going to win battles. That was fun, but it got irritating knowing that if I wasn't playing it, I was basically falling behind. Whereas in this, if I keep getting matched with people in my own rank, who cares? Doesn't matter. So again, I kind of like that, and I'm a big fan of it. I'm trying to think of a few of the other things that I liked about the game. So I kind of hit on them. Maps, overall concept is good. Like I said, fast, fun multiplayer. Great concept, good idea. It's been missing from Total War multiplayer for too long. Things that I would like to see out of it in a full version. Obviously, I want to see more commanders, and not just Barbarian, Greek, and Roman. We need to see Carthage in here. We need to see some other, we got a few of these barbarians here, Vercingetorix and Arminius. Maybe throw some Scythian stuff in here, or you could take Alexander out of the Greek one, and I don't know, because you already got pikes in there, so never mind, that would kind of work. I'm just trying to think of some other cultures. The Carthaginian one would be an interesting addition. I don't know if they necessitate their own division amongst here, but throwing Hannibal in would be really cool. You've got Alexander, Arminius, Vercingetorix, Trajan for the Romans would be another cool add. The other thing I think they should do in the long run of this game is consider expanding. Well, number one, you could make additional Total War Arena titles in a different time period, or even better, consider making this game like cross time period. You can pick a medieval commander, you can pick a Shogun 2 commander, you can pick all that stuff and fight it all out in the same one. It wouldn't be realistic, but who cares? You could just make it work, and it'd be cool. Like, yeah, check it out. I got my samurai duking it out with these hoplites and whatever. You know, it'd just be like a lot of fun. Some people may not like that, but I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Different game modes, FFA, like 10-man FFA. That might get crazy. Except to make people actually want to fight on the map, you could have like little zones where if they capture it, they get certain boost or something like that. Or maybe you play like an FFA and there's a fire on the outside ring of the map, and the fire's like closing in to force all the players towards the center. And then maybe you have like some kind of Hunger Games cornucopia thing at the center. So again, people want to come into the center, but there's going to be a fight going on. You'd have to figure out a few ways to make sure it balances in, but like a free-for-all mode could be totally cool. And I'm trying to think of some other modes too, like maybe a siege mode of some sort could also be totally cool if you set it up right. So again, the general game concept is good. As the game rolls out, I hope to see more of these things included. They may not, but I'm just stating how this game could potentially achieve greatness in its own realm, at least in my opinion. Hope you all enjoyed this. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.